UFC in the White House? Wow, now that is even better than Noche.
And we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
So everybody's talking about the potential UFC fight at the White House. That is pretty exciting. You know, Dana White and President Trump are all besties, and he loves UFC. And he nonchalantly just said, hey, we ought to have a UFC fight at the White House. Oh my gosh, I think it's a great idea. And people were jumping on board. And Michael Bisping had his little fantasy list up, and he was telling people who he thought should go to the UFC White House fight. I have my own fantasy list, and I want to share it with you because it's actually pretty cool. I have a great lineup. So here it is. I'm going to share the main event. Now, let me preface this. There should be 4 champion fights for every year that President Trump is in office because it represents the White House. Wouldn't that be cool? So I'm going to start out with the main event. The main event should be, are you listening? Tom Espinal, and this is totally fantasy, by the way. This is totally fantasy. Tom Espinal, because he really deserves another fight. And Francis Ngannou. I mean, that would be a great event. Both of them are amazing fighters. You know, Francis was the champion, then he scooched over to PFL. And I think that he should come back. And PFL and UFC should cut a deal and get them to fight. That would be my fantasy main event for a belt. Now, for the co-main event, a few things need to happen. I'm going to choose Ilia versus Islam Makhachev. But obviously, a few things have to happen. Islam has to fight Jack Della Maddalena, and he has to win. And Ilia Topuria has to fight, I think, Paddy the Baddy. I don't know if that's official yet, but he has to fight Paddy the Baddy or whoever and win that fight. And now, if that happens, Ilia will move up and fight Islam for a 3-division championship belt. Would that not be so cool? Definitely something I would definitely go to. So I'm excited about that one. Then for another belt, Amanda Nunes should come out of retirement. She's a 2-time championship. She's a bad mama jamma, and she should fight Kayla Harrison. Now that would be a huge women's fight. Huge. They're both crazy fighters, crazy good fighters, and that would be a very exciting fight. So I would love to see that. Okay, so for the 4th championship belt, I think it should be Alex Pereira and Magman Anakalov. That would be something. I mean, everybody was so blown away by Alex losing to Magman. So I think they should have a rematch. I think that would be a great fight. Now, so we all know there's 5 fights on the card. And I said, yes, there should be 4 championship belts. But now I'm thinking there should be a 5th. It should be Alexander Pantoja versus Joshua Van. Now, Joshua Van just fought Brandon Royval, the number 1. And he was number 12. And he beat him handedly. So I absolutely think, I would love to see Joshua Van come up and fight Alexander Pantoja. Would that not be an amazing Cinderella story? Now, those are my opinions. I would love to know who you think would be a fantasy list for the White House UFC fight. Now, leave your comments below. I want to hear, I want to answer you. I love getting DMs from you and comments from you. I love hearing from my fans, so leave them below. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification button. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Have a great day. MMA Hot Lips out.